Woo! We are getting to the good stuff. These next few lessons are the most essential to this entire series. I'm going to show you the fundamental skills of video production. Once you have the basic understanding of your set, lighting, camera, and audio, you'll be able to walk into any situation and be able to create great videos. In this lesson, we'll begin with building your set. Your set is simply your surroundings when you shoot your videos. This can range from being outside to a professional studio. The idea is to figure out the elements that you can control versus what elements you cannot control in 4 areas. First, your surroundings. Do you have control of the physical space? If you're on location at an event, then you don't have much control. But if you're setting up a studio in a spare bedroom or your office, then you have full control of how you set up the furniture and the ability to move things around if you need to. Second, lighting. Different lighting situations are more flattering than others and can sometimes be distracting. If you're outside or on location, it can be very difficult to adjust the situation. But if you're in your studio, then you have full control and have the ability to bring in whatever lights you want. Third, the camera. I know we're starting out with our phone or webcam, which doesn't allow the control of a lot of the settings, but it's important to know the limitations so that you can adjust other things to compensate. Fourth is the audio. Nothing is worse than watching a video with bad audio. And if you're on location, the background noise can be very distracting. Luckily, in your studio, you can find a nice, quiet place so you have full control. When you create a studio in your home or office, you are creating a place where you have full control. And you can consistently create high-quality videos, live streams, and even web calls. So consider a space that can be semi-permanent with minimal setup and teardown time. If you work at a desk, then I highly recommend using that space for your studio because 1, it's a permanent place that's dedicated to you. 2, it's typically in a controlled environment like your office or in your home. And 3, it can easily set up equipment needed around your desk. If you wish to use your living room or your kitchen or conference room, your videos will still look great, but you'll have to factor in setup and breakdown time each time you want to shoot more videos. When building your set, you're creating the environment that your viewers will see you in, and it's important to consider how your set design will relate to your audience. Consider where you want to draw their focus and what subliminal elements you can use to show your personality and reinforce your message. Here are a few options to consider. 1, your backdrop. Depending on your preference and your audience, you can either reveal where you are, like an office or living room, or you can create a more ambiguous look to hide your location. If you want to show your office, then you can use the wall as your backdrop and use a bookshelf as your background. If you're setting up at home and you have a bunch of stuff in the background that you don't want people to see, then you can create a backdrop with a frame and fabric. Let's talk about creating a backdrop. If you want to create a backdrop, then there are a number of ways to achieve this. The basics you'll need are 1, a frame, and 2, fabric to hang. There is a reference video that goes deeper into this, but you can simply go to a fabric store and get a piece that reflects your brand. Or you can get some photography paper that looks great on camera for a minimal look. But try to avoid reflective materials. As you see from my set, I choose this unfinished wood look. And I could be in an office building or a home or on the moon. You never know. 2, items of interest. You can use items of interest to subliminally build credibility and show your personality to connect with your audience. For example, to build credibility, I have an incandescent light meter, which is used by professional cinematographers, and it just looks cool. You probably recognize that it's used for video production, but you're not sure exactly what it is, but you assume that I know. I also have a photo of my dog. If you're a dog person, then you instantly have a better understanding of who I am as a person. You can use anything you want, but it should be relevant to your why and not too distracting. 3, how much space do you have? If you have a full office or room to work with, then you can do more with your backdrop. If you're on a small space, then keep it simple with a small backdrop. Whichever you decide to use, make sure to leave enough space around you for additional equipment like lights and a tripod for your camera. And just like that, you have a set. Take some time to really consider what you're going to use for your set, but don't make anything permanent until you learn about composition and camera basics. I'll see you in the next lesson, lighting basics.